right. Well, for those of you who are online with us, welcome, welcome. It is so nice to have you be here for our webinar on becoming a Healthy Chats educator. And this is, I'm going to try to give you as much information as we can to try to get this program and to explain to you what the program is all about. I'd like to start out first by having you go back through memory lane. And how many of you moms remember how you first heard about your first period? I don't know about you, but I remember mine being pretty fuzzy. And because it was so fuzzy, I always have wanted to do something better for my own daughter. So when my firstborn girl, we all moms know how intense and how wonderful those firstborn girls are. For my firstborn girl, when she was about to have her health class at school, they were going to teach her about periods and puberty and all of that. This is the 5th grade health class. And I said, fine, I'm gonna go and see who's going to do the curriculum and what they're going to talk to her. I felt as though as a pediatrician and as a mom, I needed to be the one to present this information for her first. Well, I found out that they separate the boys into girls, which I said, good, great. So they separate boys. The boys go with the gym teacher. The girls, they go with the science teacher. Now, in my daughter's school that year, it was a small school. The gym teacher was a guy, and the science teacher was a guy. So yikes, my daughter was going to be taught about puberty, about menstruation, about all that private stuff by this male science teacher. And I said, oh my goodness, wait a minute. What's wrong with this picture? This just doesn't seem right. So you know how we moms are. We take the bull by the horns and we said, well, I'm going to volunteer. I told the science teacher, when you're going to do the class, you come and let me know. And I'll come in very unintrusively. I'll just stand in the background. I'll pass out the cards. I'll answer a few questions. And this poor young science teacher, he took one look at me and he says, here, lady, you do it. And my heart dropped. I said, yeah, I haven't done this ever before. I mean, I may be a doctor and all that stuff, but I've never taught a class for 5th grade girls. But I took the bull by the horns and I said, I'm going to do this. My daughter was not as happy as I was. She was just livid with me. But we got through it, and I started to teach the class. And I realized that there was so much information that we needed to provide our girls. Information about how their body was working and what to expect. And the girls kept coming up to me and asking me questions about babies and about periods. And all I could say is, that's a great question, sweetie. Go home and ask your mom. And I kept shuffling everybody back home to talk to their moms about this. And I realized that there's so much information that we as moms needed to give our girls at home before they come to that whopping 1 hour of health class. And I realized something had to change. Something had to be different. So I did my due diligence. I went to conferences. I read. I started practicing. And I started teaching seminars in my community. I would go all over the place. I would go to the churches, to the hospitals, and I practice and practice and practice and whittle down the information to the essence of what I thought our girls needed to know. After doing that for a couple years, one thing led to the other. And of course, at that point, I put all that information together and I published a book. The book is called Keys to Your Child's Healthy Sexuality. And it's so funny because initially the moms were bringing their girls to the seminar because the girls were moody and they got mood swings and the moms didn't know how to handle them. And we worked on all of those aspects of dealing with mood swings. And then they wanted to know about babies. So how do I tell my girls about babies? So I worked through all of that information about babies. And I kept doing these seminars. And then from the author of the book, I said, well, with the technology nowadays, let's put more information out there. So we did an ebook called The Birds and the Bees with Ease. Again, more information for the moms to be able to start these conversations at home and do them in an age-appropriate manner. So we kept moving forward, and then I realized I am just one person. I cannot do this. This information needs to go out to the nation, to the world, to all the mothers and their daughters out there. So in 2008, I put together all the seminar. I produced and presented a seminar. We put it on a DVD. We put it together really nicely packaged. It's a really cute, beautiful kit. And that was the next step. In the meantime, I kept on teaching. I kept on giving seminars. But then I realized at every single seminar that I taught, one mom would come up to me and say, "Now, Dr. de Freitas, do you do this for boys?" And I realized we needed to do it for the boys. So now we have a Healthy Chats for Boys too. And invariably, many moms were so touched by the way the girls just melted together with their moms doing these seminars, that then they said, I want to do this too. I want to be part of this. I can do this. I want to go into my community and teach other mothers and daughters. So that's how all of this got started. Now, once that has gone, now we are in this growing phase in which I really need help. I need to be able to get this information out and help other mothers be able to talk to their daughters, and help those of you who are educators take the program into your community and be able to teach others and pass this information on. So bringing Healthy Chats to other communities. In fact, I have had requests as far away as India and as close by as Puerto Rico. So this is a timeless information. This is information that never grows old. And all 10-year-old girls need to be able to know. And all mothers want a little review. They just want a little help. They just want a little hand-holding to be able to talk to their girls and be able to know that they're doing it right. It's funny because when I first started to ask other mothers, so how did you learn about your period? How did you do it? One mom said to me, my mom just handed me a book, and that was it. That was all she said. And then another mom said to me, Dr. de Freitas, I am still waiting for my mom to have the talk, and I am 45 years old. And it was like, oh my goodness, we all want it, but at the same time, we all figure out that we just need a little help. And again, we want to be part of that educational process. This is something that's not going to go away, ladies. All 10-year-old girls are going to need to know about their bodies and how it works. And now, when I do my seminars, I get emails back a year or two later saying, you did my first daughter, I'm going to bring my second daughter next month, but do you have a part 2? Do you have the next phase of helping our girls move through the middle school years? So we're always looking to develop a next phase, which may be coming in the next couple of months. And of course, we always get the requests for the boys. We can talk more about the boys' seminar a little bit later, but that's something that many times I have found that it's best to have a guy do that. So when I started doing the boys' seminar, it was a little uncomfortable, especially with the men coming. But now I have trained a male psychologist who has been mentoring with me, and for the past 2 years, he now does the boy seminar under the same format, Healthy Chats for Boys. So there's lots of opportunity for growth here. I must say, the benefits of being an educator, I cannot stress the sense of satisfaction, the sense of fulfillment, the sense of, this is right. This is what we need to do. It just doesn't, it's the way it is. You need to step up and be able to understand how wonderful it is to be able to give people basic information that they need. You empower the young girls and the mothers. Initially, I was doing this for the girls because my girl needed the information. But as the years progressed, it's for the mother. The mother is the one who needed to get the information too. And I bring the mothers together because I want the mothers to remember the information and be able to continue to teach their girls as they go back home. It's well respected in the community. We've done this so long now that the name Healthy Chats is something that many people will recognize. And the moms will say, oh, she's in 5th grade, she has to go through that Healthy Chats. And it's become a household name here in my community of San Diego. It becomes, like I said, it's part of, it's a passion. I think all of us mothers feel like we want to give back to our community. You learn about health, you become a health educator, and yet this is not just for those who have a background in health. So anybody can learn how to present this seminar. Anybody can learn this basic information. I can teach you, I can walk you through this, I can hold your hand through the entire experience and help you understand. And on top of that, guess what? Duh, you can make some money. And it's a wonderful way to make a little extra cash. Once you learn to do the seminar, you just repeat it. And it becomes a very comfortable presentation. You can do it part-time, you can do it full-time, you can decide how much effort you want to put into it. So let's move on a little bit and talk about the marketing. When I first started doing seminars, it was a matter of letting people know. And it started out with small groups of people. So friends of friends of friends of friends. Started out at the public school where I was working. And then it went on, the moms will hear about it and they will say, oh, I'm going to put together my group. And it's a very easy thing to put together when you have Girl Scouts. For example, the Girl Scouts, oh my goodness, the Girl Scouts have a badge that is called the Health Badge. And the Health Badge, the Healthy Chats program, the Healthy Chats program fulfills the Girl Scouts requirement for that health badge. I've been trying for years now to make it more official, but that's coming in the future. Don't you worry, we'll get the Girl Scouts on board. But my biggest people who come to the program are Girl Scout troops. They just flock, and they get sometimes they get 2 Girl Scout troops together, and they come, and the moms just love it. They do a potluck. It's the best. I do it through the church. I belong to my local church, and it's a Catholic church, and I actually teach the Healthy Chats seminar for the 5th grade girls in their school. There's a Catholic school that's associated with my church, and I've been doing this for many, many years. In fact, the school is run by nuns, and even the nuns have sat through my entire presentation, and I won't bore you with how nerve-wracking it is to have a nun sit through this presentation, but they do, and they've given it the blessing, and I go back year after year after year to my local church and my local Catholic school to give the presentation. Private schools is another great way to get the Healthy Chats program going. Many private schools don't have a health curriculum because they're private and they're very cost conscientious. And if you approach your private schools, this is a very nice program that they can incorporate, and it's very cost effective for them. Of course, the local Boys and Girls Club but word of mouth. Word of mouth is the way this seminar spreads. You do one good seminar, and within a couple weeks, I guarantee you that another mother in that community will have rallied together a group of mothers and daughters, and they want you back. I have put ads in local free bulletin boards at Starbucks. That we have a nice little flyer that we put up. But the truth is, I've done very little marketing in the past couple of years because things have just escalated. Obviously, as a pediatrician, my other colleagues know about it, and they pass out my cards at their offices. And parenting centers are a very good place. In fact, sometimes the parenting center will include a healthy chat program as part of their base curriculum that they offer at the parenting center. So there are many, many, many wonderful and very easy opportunities to market the program as we go. Now, if anybody has any questions, feel free to jump in. We do have a way of seeing your questions and making sure that we get addressed. And I'll leave time at the end, too, to make sure that we can answer your questions as we progress. So let me move forward. Let's go on to the next topic that I have here. Let's see if bear with me as my PowerPoint tends to get stuck at this slide, but hang on, guys. You know what pressure is? There we go. Grace under pressure. There we go, Chrystal. Okay, so now that you knew a little, I told you a little bit about the history of how it all started, an overview of the program. Let's talk a little bit about I've talked a little bit about the benefits and the market and how to market the program and how it all falls into place. Let me talk a little bit now about the profits and how this all works. And then I'll give you the information, of course, of the licensing costs. Everybody wants to know that. And at the end, I do have some bonuses that I would like to offer for those of you who are on the webinar today. So the profits. The way this works is I put together groups of mothers and daughters. I have found, excuse me, I have found that a minimum of 10 mother-daughter couples works well. If the group is too big, they get rowdy and you lose control of the conversation. If the group is too small, the girls get very shy because you're too much in their face. So I have found that, excuse me, I have found that a group of 10 mother-daughter couples works really well. The price for this is $60 a couple, and that price, believe it or not, has been stable. That has been the price for at least the past, yikes, I want to say 10 years. That price has not gone up, but it's been fine, and people accept that as $60 a couple. I'm going to keep moving here. So the seminar generates approximately $550 each seminar. Now it doesn't come up to $600 because there is a little bit of a expense in purchasing and putting together some gift bags. I always do gift bags for the girls when they come to the seminars. The girls just love it. And the mothers leave happy because they've gotten the information, and it's been a nice, warm, and fuzzy seminar afternoon with the girls. And then the girls leave happy because they have a gift bag. Yes, and a couple is a mother-daughter couple. So that's the couplet. It's a mother-daughter. So if you did, let's suppose, just one seminar a month, that's it. That's easy. One seminar a month. You could earn $6,600 in just 1 year by doing just one seminar a month. Pretty easy to do. And in fact, the main thing is once you start them, they're going to call you and it's going to be, you're going to have to pace yourself. But this is usually what it comes. The seminars last about 2.5 hours. It's a fun afternoon for mothers and daughters. Everybody brings something to share as a potluck. There's an initial presentation. There's a break where they do the potluck, and then questions and answers at the end. And I have this all arranged. Let me give you some examples. For example, back in 2012, I did a total of 42 seminars that year. And not only that, I am a pediatrician. I work full time. But the seminars were done like on Friday evenings, on Saturday afternoons. People really like the Sunday afternoon time. So for example, in January, I did 3 seminars. No, I did 4. I'm sorry. Here we go. In January, I did 4 seminars. In March, I did 3. February, I did 3, sorry. In March, I did 6 seminars. And I did a total of $25,000. I mean, that's not peanuts. That's a nice extra income. Springtime tends to be busiest. Springtime is when we have the health classes getting started at school. People are hearing about it and they say, oh my goodness, I got to do something more. And that's when we have the bulk of our classes. Many times here in December, with the holidays, things do slow down. They do slow down. And then you have a break, you catch your breath, you regroup. And in January of this year, there were no seminars, which I was okay with because I had needed a little break. But it gave me a chance to regroup and bring up some more thoughts and some more ideas. So we started back up again in February. And again, people know, they call you. They go to the website. Healthy Chats is a very well-recognized brand name now that means health education for mothers and daughters. This spring we've been extremely busy, which is what has prompted this program of developing a Healthy Chats educator. It's just been overwhelming to the point now that now I have 2 other educators in the San Diego area only that are just helping me with the seminars. And they have just, I've mentored them. They have come and they have participated with me in my seminars, and now they are helping me do these seminars in my community. So what does the Healthy Chats Educator package include? So let me talk a little bit about this. You have the licensing rights to the name Healthy Chats for Girls. And you'll have the licensing rights to be able to do the seminar. And that we have estimated a value of $2,500. You can take the Healthy Chats for Girls name and you can run with it. You can do as little or as much as you want, but you will have the licensing right for that Healthy Chats for Girls program. In addition, I will send you the PowerPoint of the entire seminar. So you will have it on a PowerPoint presentation. You'll be able to upload it to your computer and you'll be able to use it. You can change it around in whatever order you want to make it more comfortable for you. But above all, I think the most important and the most valuable thing is my leader's guide. This is a complete script of the seminar. I'm going to give you word by word everything that I say, all the if, buts, and maybes, all that information that I have that I have tweaked and that I have polished over the past 20 years of doing these seminars. And you will know exactly how to say it in a way that's comfortable, but above all, ladies, in a way that's age appropriate. Remember, these are girls ages 9 through 12 and their mothers. And one of the biggest fears that the mothers have is they want to make sure that it's not too much information, that it's kind of safe, and they don't want to overwhelm their daughters. And I have it all written out. I have it all in place. And you can be confident that this information is age appropriate. It's not biased towards a particular religion. It's biased towards health. And as a pediatrician, I am in a position in which I can provide that and tell you exactly what is age appropriate and where these girls and what they need to know. This is well-established information. And then you will also get 10 one-hour group coaching sessions with me, in which I will walk you through, answer any questions, and we've put this package all together in an attempt to make this as feasible as possible. Now, of course, once we added it all together, we said, oh, that's a little pricey here. I don't think that, it sounded just like a little pricey, and I really wanted to make this available and accessible to as many people as I possibly could. And I realized that this amount was way too much, even though there was so much benefit here. And you have 20 years of experience. I mean, this is the essence of 20 years of experience doing these seminars. So what I've done is I've repackaged everything and I've put together this licensing opportunity. So let me review where we are now. So the licensing opportunity is a 5-year licensing opportunity. So you'll have 5 years to be able to use the program as little or as much as you want. There are no royalties attached. Whatever you make, that's your money. You keep it. And you can use it and use the Healthy Chats program. You can do as much as you want. Like I said, you can work full-time, you can work part-time, and a lot of it depends on the effort that you put into making the program work. Once we figured out what we wanted and we tried to make it more cost-effective for everybody, it ended up coming up to about $1 a day. And I said, that's good, we can do that. $1 a day is very doable. So putting all that information together, given all those opportunities, the cost for the Healthy Chats program is $19.97. And if we go back and look at the previous slide, that is a savings of $4,500 for what we felt. It was a much better deal, and it was a more feasible licensing fee for the Healthy Chats for Girls program. Let me move on and talk a little bit now about the bonuses. Everybody likes to give bonuses, and I'm no exception. So I thought I would give 10 free kits for your personal distribution. So this is a nice picture of the kit that I've produced. It has a DVD, and the DVD is a seminar that was recorded with a wonderful group of mothers and daughters, and all the information from the seminar is in this DVD. We also have this little pouch, which serves to carry the kit, but at the same time, that pouch is what you use later on to give the girl as a gift for her to carry her pads in her backpack. We have a booklet that walks the mother through the entire presentation of the DVD. So the booklet and the DVD go hand in hand. The mother can be looking at the DVD with her daughter as the mother is reading through the booklet, and she can add, she can put in some more information, complete the information as the daughter is listening to it on the DVD. The other cards is a back and front card. I call it my little cheat sheet. And that cheat sheet is a little card that you can put in your bag, in your purse. It's kind of a review so that you can have it close by at any time. Many times, these conversations about healthy chats don't come up when you expect them. They come up where? In the car, when you're driving. That nobody can go anywhere, and you don't have to make eye contact. So I made this little cheat sheet. On one side, it talks about how to talk to the kids about the birds and the bees. So where do babies come from? And then on the other side, it talks about puberty and all the changes associated with puberty. So you can take it with you when you're bored. You can just pull it out, review. You can have it handy. It will give you a sense of confidence. And of course, last but not least, there's a little purple bracelet. I just had to do something there for the girls. I felt as though I had to give them a little token item along with the bag. And it's just a little cute bracelet. Many moms have told me that when the girls are moody with their preteen mood swings, they put the bracelet on as though saying, don't talk to me. Today's my day. I have my little bracelet. And moms and girls kind of identify each other with this little purple bracelet. So this kit now sells for $39.95. So you have 10 free kits. That's close to $400 that you can add as a bonus for those of you who sign up today. So for the first 3 people who sign up today, we'll provide you with these free 10 kits. You can sell the kit for an additional $40 each. It's up to you. You can do whatever you want with it. But also, I think as a bonus, we also wanted to give you 90-minute personal consultation with me. So I will call you on my penny, and we will talk on the phone. It can be after you've done a seminar, or after you have received the material, so that you can review with me one-on-one, just you and me, and I will share with you all the if, buts, maybes, all the potential scenarios, all the wonderful things that can be done at this seminar to make it special. I can't tell you enough how wonderful the seminars are. In fact, there's a little story about my seminars. My husband has been very wonderful to me, and he's very kind, and he knows that this means a lot to me. So whenever I come home from a seminar, he always says, okay, how was it? And it's become a little joke because now we measure how well the seminar has gone based on how many spontaneous hugs I get at the end of the seminar. Many moms will come up to me and say, oh, Dr. De Freitas, can I just give you a hug? And they just spontaneously come and give me a hug. And of course, once a person starts hugging, everybody else hugs you. But it's a very wonderful way of seeing that you're doing something special for the community, and it fills your heart, and it empowers the mothers and the daughters. Having said that, if anybody has any questions, feel free. We have set up
Chrystal,
this link,
I'm sorry,
which
this
is
is
not available on the website. Yes, this is Drew.
yeah, and I'm sorry. I'm not sure you can see the questions, but I know Lily had a question that I wanted to make sure you answered. She had asked.
I can't.
Lily said, but I found that moms want a doctor to give the talk more than a mom with any other kind of degree.
Well, okay, so that's a great way to do that. But what you have to remember is the following. The doctor, and I am a physician, they don't have the time to give the talk in this degree and in this depth that you will have at the Healthy Chat seminar. And not only that, I am a physician. I am a pediatrician. I have put together this talk because I have practiced it and done it millions of times with my own patients. So having it be done by a physician who is also a pediatrician is going to give you some credibility. Doctors are busy at their checkups. They don't have the time to go into the details and the depth. And you can also tell the mom that this is not just for her daughter. This is also for her as the mother, because she can use the information, she can review the information herself. And one of the big issues about healthy chats was to help the girl see that her mother is the resource, that the mother does know this information. You know, and if the mother goes to her pediatrician on a one-time visit, what, 20 minutes? This information is an hour and a half, and the mother herself can use it. So we can empower the mother to continue the conversation with her daughter way after. The information that comes through with puberty, it's not easy. It's complicated. And it's not a one-time conversation for our girls. Moms cannot, I tell the moms, don't think that you can just wash your hands and says, oh, I came to the seminar. You need to review this information. You need to bring it up again. It's a complicated topic that the girls need time to get used to learn about, to add more and more information and knowledge as they continue to grow. So at the very least, it allows a mother to continue the conversation with her daughter. Lily, I hope that helped.
And then while we're waiting for a response from Lily, Chrystal, Janie also asked a question. She asked, where are the educators in San Diego County located?
Our educators in San Diego County are in Encinitas and in Poway and in the San Diego area. Does that help?
We'll see. I just messaged them directly, but also, so let's see. Yes. Let's see. So another question here, Chrystal, is Stacy asked if you have copies of promotional flyers or emails to scout troops that you have used.
Yes, we have a PDF file that gives us, that is a template that you can use to copy and promote in your community. And we'll teach you how to just find a location or even at a parent's home. Usually we do these in people's homes. And you can just add that information, or you can point them towards the website. And those templates are available that you will be able to use to pass out in your community. You bet.
Okay, great. And then I think that probably answered Stacy's second question, but I'll just relay it to you in case. Her second question was, do you ask the group to find a place to hold the session, or do you do that?
No, this is easy, Stacy. What happens is the moms will want to hold it in their homes because it's more intimate, it's more fun, it's more enjoyable. So one of the moms will quickly volunteer and say, we'll do it in my house. My living room can hold 10, 15 people. And the moms will quickly volunteer. And then what you do is everybody brings a little potluck, something, snack to share. They meet at the mom's home, and in the living room, it gets set up, and that's where the seminar gets taken place. Sometimes, if that's not feasible, there are locations, there are parenting centers that can rent, and actually they sometimes will give it for free. They'll give you a free 2 hours to be able to use their facility. But what has worked best is in people's homes. The girls know each other. It's like having a play date. It's like having a Girl Scout meeting. And everybody comes to the home, and you show up early, you set up, and you do your seminar at that time.
Okay, great. Chrystal, there's two more questions, and so they're very similar, so I will share both of you. So Janice, I believe is the name, she asked, what about the competition factor? Will other Healthy Chats educators be allowed to operate in my area if I decide to be one? And before you answer that, I wanted also to share, because there's a very similar question from Janie, who asked if there was room for another educator in the Encinitas area, because she lives about 2 miles from there. So I think those are,
Okay,
same type of question. So
let me talk about the ones from out of state. Because the ones from out of state, if you're from out of state and you want to be an educator, you have open reign, and we will honor you being from out of state, and we will keep your licensing just for you in that particular community where you are. In the San Diego area, because we have a couple educators who are already in place, if you would like to become an educator in the San Diego area and you can find your groups, then that would be fine. And we can always work, and we'll talk about that privately if need be. All right, anybody else over there?
let me see here. Okay, so we do have a couple more questions here. Stacy asked, do you need a screen to show the PowerPoint, or do you just use your computer?
Stacy, I have found that a screen is best, and they're very economical. I will give you all that information about where to buy a screen. It is not pricey at all. I think it's clearly under $100, and it's best to do it with a screen because the girls, it's so funny, it's so cute. The mothers sit on the background in the couch, and the girls sit on the floor in front of the screen, and you use your computer and a projector, and you have the screen, and you just go through the slide presentation, and it becomes very comfortable. Maybe the first time everybody is a little bit nervous. Even I was nervous. My voice trembled, my hands shook, but after doing a couple, it becomes it becomes a conversation. It becomes talking to the girls and to the mothers as you present the information that's all there for you in the slides.
Okay, great. And then we have another question here from Janice. Is the VIP licensing cost paid in a lump sum, or are there installments?
Oh, yes. Thank you for asking that question, because we did think about that. So we have two payment options. We have one option in which is a lump sum of $19.97, and then we have another payment option which is 3 payments of $750 over the course of 3 months. And both of those options are available by clicking on this, what I have on the screen now, which is the www.healthychats.com/HCE, which stands for Healthy Chats Educator. Now, this is a page that's not up on the website. You can only access it by using this URL, and there you will see the two payment options that are available. Hope that helps.
I'm monitoring them here, so give me 1 second to, I think we have one or two more ones. Janie had responded, yes, but I'd still like more specific information online. So Janie, maybe could you let us know, I'm not sure what that's in response to, so if you could maybe give us a little bit more information, we can ask Chrystal to speak to that. And Janice, I see that you live in Savannah, Georgia, so that's excellent. Great, thank you.
Now, while Drew looks at the questions, let me just mention.
I'm sorry, Chrystal, 1 second if I may. Just that
Sure.
I think this is Janie's response, so I wanted to get to
Okay.
it. She'd ask what happens after the 5-year licensing. after the
Okay,
5-year
so
licensing term.
after the 5-year license term, you had to ask. We're so new at this that we haven't gotten that far. But if things are going well for you, I'm sure that we will be talking and there'll be a lot of opportunities to continue if things are going well after that 5-year period of time. So why don't you hang with me for 5 years? I'll be with you. And then we can make another decision at that point. How does that sound?
And while we're waiting on Janie's response, Stacy asked, do we sell the kits as well?
You certainly can. You can sell the kits. For those of you who register today, like I said, the first 3 people who register today will get 10 free kits. And you can sell those. $39.95, $40 a kit. And that is yours to keep.
Okay, and Janie responded in where she had stated or requested more information. What she was speaking to specifically, Chrystal, was in response to the educator in Encinitas. She'd like to know more information about how to get a business started a few miles away. So, if that's something you speak to, great. If not, maybe you guys could schedule a phone call after.
I think since you're in town, why don't we schedule a phone call? And I will be able to speak to you directly since this is more in our local community. All right? Or you can email me too at the info@healthy-chats, and we can start a conversation going as to how best we can help you with establishing your own little business.
Okay, and another question Stacy asked, how long is the $19.97 price valid for?
We're going to keep that price valid for the next 3 months. What may change is the bonuses. The bonuses are for those who sign up today. So the 10 kits, the hour-and-a-half consultation, those are just for the people who sign up today. But the $19.97 price is going to remain such for the next 3 months. If you want to do the payment plan, we will honor that, and we will also include the bonus for those of you who decide that you would like to but can't afford the whole price today and want to do the bonus plan, the payment plan. We will honor that and provide you with the bonuses too.
Okay, great. And so Janie said that she would email you, Chrystal, and Janice then asked, will we be able to have a website for the business?
What we would like to see happen is we will put your name and your bio on our website. And we were going to give you some business cards. Part of the package also includes some business cards in which you will be a Healthy Chats educator. And then your name and your contact information and a little bio about how to contact you is all going to be on the Healthy Chats website. And we have spoken with our powers that be, who suggest that we keep everything focused on the one website, which is Healthy Chats. But you'll become part of our community. You'll become part of Healthy Chats. And we'll stay connected. We will give you any sort of promotional help that we can. Also, you have to remember that on the website, we have a blog that we write about twice a month. We post on the blog. We have a lot of other information about puberty. They can also access the kit on the blog, on the Healthy Chats website too. So I think having a centralized website is probably more cost effective and more beneficial for the business than anything else that we have come up with.
And Chrystal, it looks like there's one last question right now from Stacy asking if anyone is doing this in the Chicago area.
Stacy, nobody. You have it to yourself, girl. So, if you want, go with it and run with it.
Okay, I think that looks like all the questions that I see here.
Okay, ladies, is everybody, again, we have left on the screen the link for those of you who would like to purchase the program today. You got the two options. And then you also see on the screen my email address. And let me see what else. I want to thank everybody for being here today. It's been just wonderful. And if I were to conclude, let me say one last thought that comes to mind. Not too many people know this. Drew does, but today happens to be my birthday. And I won't tell you how many years it is, but today is my birthday, and I couldn't have asked for a more wonderful way to spend an hour than to share with you all my passion about healthy chats. And I hope we can someday meet in person.